Radio Kids. So we mentioned earlier the Scottish operatic tenor Nicky Spence is on his way to step out on stage at the Leeds Castle Concert this year. It's on Saturday, 8th of July. I'm delighted to say Nicky joins us live from Brussels. Afternoon, how are you, Nicky?
Oh, good afternoon, or bonjour, as they say here.
It's good to have you. You're in demand across the UK, obviously, and around the world. How often do you get down south, as it were, to play places like Kent?
Well, as often as possible. I live with my husband in London, but 'tis the way that my job works that I do have to travel around like a hobo quite a lot. So it's always lovely to come home, especially when it's lovely weather.
Yeah, but you're a very elegant hobo. Never let it be said that you're not.
Bless you. You can write my biography anytime.
All right. Do you know what your set list will be at Leeds Castle? What do you have in store for us on that evening?
Well, absolutely. There will be something for everybody. Of course, we're with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and I will be singing such numbers as that famous Nessun Dorma, which made itself known to the public during Italia 1990, and a bit of O Sole Mio, and then some more upbeat numbers near the end. Just think James Bond with a few Leslie twins.
Oh, I love the idea of this. But what are the particular challenges, if any, for you of an outdoor performance such as that at Leeds Castle?
Well, there's always a few variables in terms of weather, of course, but we always rise above that. Us Brits, we love an umbrella, we love a cagoule, so that's never really an issue. But I suppose jealousy is the biggest one, because everyone's having these amazing displays of picnics, and I'm kind of losing weight up on stage where everybody's digging into their Scotch eggs and sausage rolls, and I'm just jealous.
Oh, no, Leeds Castle is, there might be one or two Scotch eggs and, jellied eels, that sort of thing towards the back, but it's a very classy venue. Have you not played it before, Nicky?
I have indeed. It's very classy, and everybody really makes a day of it and brings their kind of little vehicles on wheels with their picnic baskets and their champagne and their fizz and bits and bobs, and just the setting, and there's a Spitfire that comes across, and fireworks. I mean, everybody's goosebumps will be truly goosed.
Yeah, all right. We spoke recently with Catherine Jenkins. She headlined at Moat Park at the Proms in Maidstone last summer. Did you have fun when the pair of you toured together?
Oh, absolutely. We're going back kind of 20, 25 years there, and we had a great time. I used to help her get into her dress, which I believe is a highly envied position.
Yes, we'll not pursue that as a line of questioning. So tell us a bit about yourself. For those who don't know you, you grew up on a farm in Dumfries. Did the life of a farmer not appeal to you, Nicky?
Not really. I'm not often seen in my wellies these days, I have to say. But it was good. I grew up in Dumfries and Galloway in Scotland, where everybody loved a bit of a song and a bit of a dance. So that part of life really appealed to me, and they really encouraged me and nurtured me at my normal school, and then I went to the Guildhall School of Music from there.
And why was Mozart's The Magic Flute such a turning point in your life?
Well, that was the first opera I ever saw with Scottish opera when I was about 15, and somebody had said that there was going to be pizza beforehand, so I kind of said yes before I knew what it was we were going to, and then it happened to be Mozart's Magic Flute, which is magical, and I think a wonderful kind of gateway into opera for anybody that hasn't seen lots in the past.
Okay. And your recording contract, that came, relatively early in your career. How did that come about?
Well, I was just a babe, really, at the Guildhall in London, and they were touting around looking for somebody similar to, I suppose, Catherine Jenkins or Bryn Terfel, that kind of lovely waving the Welsh flag. And they didn't really have a Scottish chanteuse. So they came knocking on my door. I think they heard me singing some Robert Burns or something, a Burns night supper, filled with haggis as I was. And I was kind of plucked from obscurity, and that was that.
And how was your first album received? It was My First Love, wasn't it?
My first love. Well, that was yet 20 years ago, and I think it went to #1. Wasn't that nice?
I've often wondered how singers like yourself go about finding your own voice. Did I read that you're more aligned to Tom Jones, who we were speaking about earlier on the programme today, than you are to Pavarotti when it comes to your voice?
Well, certainly in my early days, that was the only music I knew, I guess. Tom Jones, Shirley Bassey, all these big old ballad singers. And so I used to sing a lot of that in musical theatre, Michael Ball, that kind of thing. And then a teacher said, actually, I think you could be classically trained. And I didn't really know much about classical music at all. So it was a really steep, nosebleed-inducing learning curve when I was about 16. And a love affair began. So although I do belt out a good Delilah, I am probably more a bit like Pavarotti these days.
Right, okay, belt out. And acting? I mean, acting is a big part of what you do. What sort of characters do you most enjoy playing, Nicky?
Oh, I love to play ones which aren't like me at all, because I'm a bit of a fun, joyful person, but I love to play murderers and horrid people. It's so much more exciting playing a baddie. I think the chap in Succession said, the devil always plays the best tune.
So the more complex the character, the more enjoyment you get out of it.
Absolutely. And opera's really got something for everybody in that regard, because you've got this wonderful music, the orchestra, there's no microphones in sight, just pure, exciting, thrilling voices and lots of acting. You can't really see the gaps between singing and acting. It's all just one visceral experience.
Is it true you're patron of the Blackheath Hall's opera, the community opera over at Blackheath?
Absolutely. I've actually just passed on the baton to another opera singer, but I did that for 6 years, and it was a total highlight of my time, really, because it's very near where I live, and opera is such a collaborative sport that we were able to work with lots of special needs schools and really get everybody included in the art of opera.
I've never heard opera described as a collaborative sport.
Oh, blimey, it really is. It's not like where you have just like one headline act and lots of other people. Everyone is so dependent on one another. You're just like a tiny cog in a machine. So when people come to Leeds Castle, they will see loads of people on stage, and it's such a team effort.
And finally, what are you doing in Brussels? Why do we find you there this afternoon?
Well, I am singing a role, the title role in an opera by Shostakovich called The Nose, and I am playing the nose.
Are you now? You mean
I am indeed.
You're not playing the nose flute?
No, that's never passed me by, I have to say. But no, The Nose is a satirical work written originally by Gogol, for anybody that's listening in Kent. I'm sure they know all about this. But it's by Russian composer Shostakovich, so I'm singing in Russian.
Oh, wow. Well, we wish you the very best of luck with that. And with your appearance at Leeds Castle, as we say, it's going to be on the 8th of July, Saturday, 8th of July, a truly memorable summer evening of world-class entertainment. And, of course, the historic surroundings of Leeds Castle as well. It is good to talk to you. Nicky, thank you so much for your time. We're going to play My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose. What does this mean to you?
Well, it's the Bard of Scotland, of course. Good old Robert Burns, beautiful words, and for this time of year, we love a love song.
Absolutely. Nicky Spence, thanks so much for being with us at BBC Radio Kent.